they're going back to the old stuff more because they have the leg lock game so good, but everyone else is learning it. So they're always staying ahead of the curve.
Sure.
So you watch Gordon, he's going guard pass to back take to mount. Like, he doesn't really chase leg locks anymore.
Yes. It's incredible. Mason Fowler, does that name?
I've trained him a lot.
I just feel like Mason and Gordon, that match has to happen.
Have they never competed?
No.
They were supposed to. You're right.
Fight Pass signed it, and they lost it. I want to say it was maybe the stomach issue happened, but they lost it, and they never remade it. Then Abu Dhabi put them on the same side, and it was supposed to be the semifinal round. Mason got upset. So Gordon could definitely make the claim. I mean, Gordon was there, and I don't think anyone could keep credibility arguing against Gordon.
No.
I'm just suggesting for you, that match needs to happen.
I would love to see it
soon.
I miss your submission.
Thank you.
That was such a good thing. Hopefully UFC does that again. You had this show for how many years were you running this?
Helpful. We did that about 3 or 4.
Yeah,
we got it all the way.
You were paying well. Yes. Great. You were mixing, fighters and jiu-jitsu guys. It was like such an exciting, great show. Hopefully they do that again.
It really was. I mean, that was a great time to
It was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
COVID hit, and so these guys would come out. And we had the only cameras in the room, but they were remote control. So there's nobody in the room. There's just a referee and a doctor and 2 athletes. I mean, it was just very interesting. And it really put that sport of jiu-jitsu, man. These guys have done so good. Jiu-jitsu as a business has so greatly eclipsed wrestling as a business.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wrestling never had a real financial industry.
I wonder why that is. Like maybe like when you're, I guess there's more people with money trained jiu-jitsu. It's easier. Wrestling is such a grind. Jiu-jitsu is maybe a little more fun, and wrestling is such a grind. But it is weird. There's no money in wrestling still.
None. And most coaches don't believe in it. They don't believe in charging the kids, just for example, and they don't really have their own facilities. They do it out of a high school room, and that's just what's kept the sport forever.
Point.
And jiu-jitsu was never scaled.
Pay a lot. In wrestling, you wouldn't want to charge the money because you'd feel bad because you want everyone to compete. That's an excellent point.
And when you were doing it, somebody didn't charge you, so you kind of pay.
So I would feel bad charging for wrestling, but not for jiu-jitsu is what's funny. Running a school, it's so weird.
But to watch Craig make 2 millionaires in one night, by the way. And wrestling's simply never done that with Jordan Burroughs or John Smith or Bruce Baumgartner, for that matter. I just thought it was very fascinating. I think, hey, man, wrestling, you really need to open your arms up to this jiu-jitsu business because they're really running it from a business standpoint very well.
No, they clearly need to change what wrestling is doing a little bit and get some money in it. And I know we don't wrestle for money, but it is nice to have that option of being a professional athlete.
Sure.
There's also the DVD sales do really good in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, it's like Gordon and John, they make millions off their DVDs.
BJJ Fanatics, did you go with them?
Yep, I have some DVDs.
Are they the most honest guys in the sport?
Oh, I love those guys. Yeah,
those guys tell you something one time. You don't have to write it. You don't even have to think about it again. They've got a computer that runs the whole thing. You get yours, they get theirs, off you go. I've been so impressed with those 2 guys, and they don't really get enough credit just for being honorable men. There's not a lot of honorable men in this space.
I fully agree. I remember sometimes someone they were bitching, being like, oh, I don't want to be on here if Gordon's on here because I don't like his politics. And it was like, well, yeah, you're not going to be on it then because clearly Gordon's like my top seller. So it's like, and the honorable. People are so ridiculous, right? To think they could get Gordon pushed off. Hearing that story is like, man, people are delusional.
Apparently, the way this story goes, I'm just repeating, but Danaher had put out the first video, and it was great. And for a video, it was for technique videos. It was maybe one of the best out there, but nobody bought it. Nobody bought technique videos, and it had sat out for a while. Let's call it 4 or 5 months. Danaher goes on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan brings up the idea that there's a DVD, tosses to it on the show, shows how you can click over here to buy it, and it was basically overnight millionaire.
I didn't know that's what blew it up. That's awesome. Good for Joe. Joe's a great dude too. He's done so much to help people in our sport, comedians, just he's a great dude.
He saved comedy. Joe Rogan saved you could not be a comedian and dream of having your own show or being a millionaire or being an entrepreneur on your own. And tell Joe Rogan, he brought all those guys up.
Yeah, he's turned so many guys into superstars. They bring him on there, then boom, he starts overnight.
And for good reason. I mean, so many people watch that show. This is a pothead comedian, and no one knew where he stood. He now has presidential begging to be on his show.
Right?
They're kissing his ring, asking, can I sit down with you? And frankly, there's a responsibility. Yeah, he's turning him down. But there's a responsibility that comes with that. And I have been very impressed with the way Joe has embraced that responsibility. He has tightened.
He realized as he got so big, he had to be more careful. He realized he was just there messing around, joking with his friends. As you get bigger, you realize I got to be more careful.
Yes.
He's massive now. I don't know the numbers, but multi-millions, I think a lot of his episodes get.
Yes. And no one forced him to do that, though. That's the thing. No one forced him to stop being an entertainer and start being more accurate. He just saw the responsibility that he had. It's probably the thing I respect about him the most is how he saw people are coming here and they're getting their information from me. I need to make sure it's accurate information. That's a big deal. When somebody's not forcing you or paying you or
Yeah.
overseeing you like the Federal Trade Commission, he just did it on his own. He deserves some credit for that.
Yeah, he realized would get turned into the media. Before it was the media, which they lie like crazy. He didn't like mean to be that, but accidentally he realized like, oh, I'm becoming the media. I got to start having responsibility the bigger my audience gets, which I think a lot of people, you know, if you have a small audience, you could joke around, not be that serious. As it gets bigger, you got to be like, oh, I need to be more accurate with things.
What about when they tried to bring him down by calling him a racist? That was
right. They had him saying the N-word like over and over. That, you know, Joe is not a racist. Like everyone knows, you know, the fighters really had his back. All the black fighters, I noticed guys like Izzy and that. They're like, come on.
Izzy.
I know a bunch of guys jumped in. I can't remember who, but they're all just like, Joe is not a racist.
It was so absurd to say about him. I remember not even knowing how to defend him because it was so absurd. The suggestion that Joe Rogan would be a racist. And I remember that being a little bit of a complicated spot for me. How do I defend? No, he's not. No, he's not. It's like, no, I need something better than no, he's not. But he's got a private life and he wants to keep it private. I mean, we could defend this guy real easy if we started talking.
That's what's good that a lot of the black fighters jumped in right away. Yep. It's harder for us, the white guy, to be like, oh, he's not a racist. I'm white and he's friends with me. But when you got guys like Izzy and the other ones being like, dude, this guy is not a racist. Fuck you.
Izzy was cool.
So competing at the highest level has taught me the importance of supporting my body so I can always feel and perform my best. Unfortunately, we're seeing a generational decline in men's testosterone due to lifestyle choices, diet, and environmental toxins.